Hey everyone. Well, we've made it to week 4 of our Foundations of Crow series, and this practice is the culminating practice. So we're not going to spend too much time chit-chatting in the beginning. We're going to try to get in our bodies pretty quickly. My hope is that you've have enough comfort with some of these building blocks that we can kind of get that foundation set pretty quickly in the body. And then there will be lots of opportunities to play with the different versions of Crow. So if you're tired today, if you're a little bit lethargic, know that you're gonna have the recording. You can come back to this on a day that you have more energy to really get on the hands, but still kind of use these different opportunities to play with whatever version of the pose makes sense to you today. And we in particularly are going to visit the classic, the baby, and then revolved crow today. So we're going to hit all 3 of those in the practice. Let's find our way to all 4s and get started with just a couple cat and cows, just 2 to 3 really classic cat and cows, because we're pretty quickly going to start to take this into some different variations. So again, just using this little warm-up sequence to kind of drop in, really building the foundation in the body. And then we'll start to take that walking cat and cow that we've done the last few weeks. So I'm just going to slide my left knee in maybe an inch or 2, not too much. And then reaching my right leg back and up. And then this time I'm going to bring my right knee to the back of my right tricep and round. And then do that 2 more times. Inhale. And to the back of the right tricep. And 1 more time. That's kind of for our classic crow. And in. No, go back and up. Now we're going to cross. Take your right knee to your left tricep and round. Do that twice more. Inhale. And cross and round. And 1 more time like that. And cross and round. And then elongate the right leg. Now lower right forearm, left arm for our baby crow. Pull the heart forward, lift the right leg, and then bring the right knee to the right tricep. Baby crow, half. 2 more. Round the spine, broaden the scapula. Last one. And in. And then bring the right knee next to your left knee. Tuck all 10 toes and hover the knees. And then just like we've done every week, ground down through the forearms, broaden the upper back. And imagine the knees scooping towards the back of the elbows. You're looking at that space in between the forearms. Eyes are open and focused. Navel is moving up and in. And then lower the knees down. Sit hips to heels. Sweep the arms wide. We're going to take eagle arms. Right arm underneath left. Garudasana arms. And then I want you to bring the fingertips up, but melt the shoulder blades away from the ears. So I'll for a second just turn around. You can kind of see that a little bit. When you lift the fingertips and you drop the shoulder blades, you actually stretch right here between the scapula, which is where the rhomboid muscles are located. A really necessary muscle to open up for crow pose, any version. And then we're going to take some version of reverse namaste. So take the arms, take them wide, and I'll again turn backwards so you can see the options. You could stack the hands, you could hold opposite elbows, or you could bring the pinky side of the hands together and seal the palms of the hands together for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release that, walk your hands forward to a half plank. We'll take 3 half chaturanga, straight line in that body. Inhale, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, halfway down, energies forward and down. Press back up to that half plank. You've got 2 more of those halfway down. 1 more of those, pushing up. Lowering halfway, elbows skim the ribs. And then pushing up. Find your all 4s position. We'll take that whole sequence on the other side, starting with that left leg up and back, left knee to left tricep round. And we did 3 of these in each of those different orientations. Round and back. And that's just for our classic crow there. Now we'll take it into the twisted. So back. So left knee is going to come to the right tricep, twist and round. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. One more, inhale. Getting a little bit into that transverse abdominis. And then as you extend the left leg back, lower to the forearms and do your prep work for your baby Bakasana. Take 2 more. Really moving the spine in these different directions here. Not just focusing on the leg. This is really about that cat and cow action. And then lower the left knee down, this time classic. So come up onto the palms. Don't stay on the forearms. Tuck all 10 toes. And again, hover the knees. Energetically pull the knees towards the back of the wrists. You're looking out in front of you. You're scooping the navel up and in. And you're actually billowing out the upper back. And then lower the knees, sit back into your hero's pose, take the arms wide, Garudasana other way, left arm underneath right. Fingertips lift up, shoulders melt down. And you feel that stretch that's right there in the center of the upper back. That's where we want to feel a sort of broadening happening. Give yourself one more inhale there. And then take that reverse namaste, whatever version you're doing, knowing you had those different options. You could hold the elbows or just stack the palms the opposite way. Just being really mindful, knowing that we're laying the foundation for the practice of crow, even though we haven't done it yet. One more inhale. And then we'll take 3 more of those half chaturangas, walking the hands forward in your half plank. Feeling the elbows skim the sides of the body. Energy is forward and down. You lift up to your half plank. And just like when we do the arm balance, we go forward and down. And then last one, going forward and down. And then this time we'll walk the hands back to the knees, tuck the toes. Find Uttanasana at the back of the mat, where we'll do that little half salutation sequence. Bring the fingertips to the shins, lift up halfway. Fold in. Circle sweep and rise all the way up. And palms come together. Circle sweep those arms out and up. Look up at the thumbs. Fold over the legs. Uttanasana. You're going to take that crow chair. Knees to the back of the arms or the armpits. Round the spine. Look down at the mat. Lower the heels, fold in. We'll take the twist. Left hand to the center of your line of sight. Left knee bends. Right leg stays straight. Right arm reaches up. Inhale here. Exhale, Uttanasana. Rise all the way up. Palms come together. Second side, you'll twist the other way this time. Inhale. You'll fold in. Then you build that crow chair, hands down, knees to the back of the arms or the armpits. Shift the weight forward slightly. Lower the heels, fold. Right palm down, right knee bends. Left arm up, inhale. And fold. Rising up. Palms together. We're going to do it once more each side. You're going to get to actually maybe come into crow pose instead of crow chair. Circle sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold. So we'll take 3 full breaths here, about 15 to 20 seconds, as maybe instead of crow chair, you find actual Bakasana. 3, 2, and then feet come down, heels come down, fold in, Uttanasana. We'll twist our Uttanasana, left palm down, left knee bends, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Again, maybe crow chair, maybe full Bakasana. Folding over the legs, start to set yourself up for whatever you're doing. You've got 15 to 20 seconds. No need to rush. 3, 2. Lowering the feet, folding in. Right hand down, right knee bends. Twist to your left, left arm up. Fold in. Rising up. Palms together. Moving into a bigger pose sequence. Circle the arms out and up. Fold over the legs. Walk the hands forward to your first true downward facing dog of the practice. Move your right thumb towards your left thumb. Inhale, float your right leg up, and then step your right foot forward into your lizard pose. Lower your left knee, untuck your toes. We've been here every week of this practice. You could stay up on the palms or get low and sticky on the forearms, particularly if you think you want to play with that baby crow later in the practice. Let the forearms push down, the upper back broaden. Squeeze and hug the right knee towards the right shoulder. Let's pump that back leg a couple times as you tuck the left toes. Inhale, lift and straighten the left knee. Then let the left kneecap just kiss the mat. Take that twice more. Inhale, reach the left heel up and back. And then just a little tap and smooch. One more time, reach it up and back. And lower it down. Untuck your left toes, walk back up onto your palms. Tuck your left toes again, lift your left knee, and sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling, revolving your high lunge. And then keep lifting up through your right fingertips. You're gonna lift up, 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 and your torso still turning to the right in that high lunge. Bring the palms of the hands together. We did this last week. Look down, hook your left elbow across your right knee, and revolve your high lunge. Let the belly spin around to the right. Keep the right side of the waist as long as you can by inviting the right hip back. Now stay in the twist, look down at the mat, big step forward, left foot meets the right, revolving your chair pose. Step, sit, and twist. And then we're going to add in a little balance here. Keep looking down at the mat, pushing right palm into left, shift the weight into the right foot, flamingo balance, lift your left heel to your left glute. Hold. 2, 1. Extend your left leg back. Well done. Left toes down. Inhale, reach the arm up. Whoop. Hands come down. Step back to plank pose. One full chaturanga here. Energy moves forward and down. Upward facing dog should feel super yummy. Downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Complete exhale here. One more breath in that down dog. And down. And then we'll take that sequence on the second side. So I'm going to lift my head. I'm going to go ahead and move that left thumb towards the right thumb a little bit. There's the space for the foot. Float the left leg up. And then step it forward. Finding my lizard as I untuck my right toes. Let the right knee find the mat. And give myself a moment to kind of feel out. Do I want to stay more elevated? Or do I feel like I might want to work some on the forearms today? I'm just kind of choosing where my work is. And then we'll take those pumping of the back leg. So I'm still squeezing the left knee in towards the left shoulder, but I'm going to tuck the right toes and then start to reach and elongate the right leg, and then just gently tap the right knee down. Take that twice more. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, tapping down. Last time to reach back and to tap forward. Untuck and just let the knee stay down as you make your way out, keeping it pretty simple in the transitions. And then from there, I'm going to tuck the right toes, lift the right knee again, plant my right palm, and lift my left arm up, revolving my high lunge. And then this is like there's puppet strings attached to my left finger, and the puppeteer just starts to pull the left fingertips up, 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 but I'm still revolved to the left. Yes. Then I bring my palms together and hook the right elbow across that left knee. My navel goes around to the left and really get deep in that twist. And then I'm not gonna lose the twist at all. I'm gonna turn my head down to the floor because that's where I'm gonna really find the anchor for my balance. And then either two small or one big steps forward, right foot meets the left, sit in your chair. Keep it revolved. Keep focusing on that point of balance. That's your anchor. Let the weight shift into the left foot a little bit and hover the right heel to the right buttocks. Flamingo pose. 2. And then start to reach the right leg back. This is the tricky bit. Right toes down. I often do the tricky bit and then I fall out when I come out of the twist. Inhale, reach the arms up. It's like I do the hard part and then everything just goes blah, blah, blah. And then lower the hands down. And we'll take our vinyasa. Find your plank. Really good quality chaturanga, forward and down here. Upward facing dog to stretch the abdomen, which doesn't happen much in this practice. And downward facing dog. 2 big breaths here. And out. And in. And out. And we're going to use this as a point to work with our baby Bakasana. So I'm going to hop to the center of the mat here. Squat down low. Start to find my way, my forearms down. Really getting nice and familiar with the floor. And then when you're ready, you can start to snuggle the knees in. They've got to hug the arms. As you come forward, big toes together, front heads of the shoulders lifting up a little bit, and finding your baby Bakasana. Giving yourselves about 3 breaths there. Playing where you are, well done. And then letting the toes come down, letting the hands come down, lift the seat, find an Uttanasana. And we'll take that just one more time, either traditional crow or baby crow working at this point. So start to lower yourself down, decide what you want to work with, traditional or baby. So either forearms or palms. And then giving yourselves 3 or 4 breaths of really dedicated work in the pose. And then finding that Uttanasana. And we'll dinosaur walk ourselves to the front of the mat. Let's inhale, give ourselves a half lift. Again, just a moment to kind of feel the front of the belly stretch long. And then lower all the way down to the floor to find a boat pose. And we're gonna row our boat here. We're not gonna do it all at once, thank goodness. We're gonna break it into 2 rounds. So finding your boat, and we'll do just 4 rowing of our boat up and down. So we'll keep it straight up and down in round 1, inhaling here. Exhale, we'll lower straight down. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale it up and exhale it down. 2 more up and down and up. Stay down. We'll take our Supta Bakasana, reach your legs up, reach your arms up, flex the hands back, knees to the back of the triceps, heels to glutes. You know what you're doing. Push the palms to the ceiling, knees slide down the back of the arms. Supta Bakasana for 3. Just another opportunity to really build that blueprint in the body, 2. And then let that go. And sweep your arms up and over. Come all the way up to seated. Keep your left knee bent, right leg extended. Marichyasana, we did this in the second class of this series. Right hand behind you like a kickstand, left arm reaches up. I'm gonna reach forward to try to get my shoulder in line with or in front of my left knee. Internally rotate that left arm and then see if I can find my fingertips, maybe using a towel or a strap. Inhale to lengthen my spine. Exhale, let the spine round, nose towards the leg. This is, again, another way to let the body be in the shape of crow without having the worry of balancing on the hands or the forearms. But still a lot of the benefits of moving the body in that shape. And then start to lengthen out through the crown of the head. Come up, keep your bind, pop up onto the ball of the foot. We did this week 2. Lean back, lift the toes, and then that cinching of the front of the abdomen, pick up that right leg. Whoop, 3, 2. And then you'll take a vinyasa here, crossing the ankles, hands forward, moving through that vinyasa as you feel the strength of the chaturanga, which is what the crow pose ultimately lives on top of. Down dog. And then we'll return to our rowing of the boat sequence, this time adding in the twist as we jump through to our boat. And we'll twist it this time. So inhaling here, twist to your left as you lower. There you go, and up. And now to the right. One more each side. Inhale. And to the left. Inhale. Do I match my shirt yet? My face probably does. To the right. Inhale up. Go straight back. We're going to do the revolved back version of the reclined revolved crow. So bend the knees. Hands up. Flex those wrists. Swing arms left, knees right. And then start to push the hands out to the left. Supta Parshva Bakasana. Notice we are doing the one-armed version of Supta Parshva Bakasana because your left arm doesn't have a leg on it, which it may in a moment when we do the reclined pose. And then lengthen the legs up, arms overhead. Give yourself a breath. And then we'll take Supta Parshva Bakasana second side. So bend the knees, hands up, flex those wrists, swing knees left, arms right, and then start to push up and away. So again, for me, my right knee's on my outer left arm, but my right arm doesn't have my leg on it. That may or may not be true when you actually do the arm balance in a moment. And then lengthen the leg and the arms, cross the ankles, and take a high quality vinyasa, finding that chaturanga that you're about to put a crow on. Up dog and down dog. And then hop to the center of your mat and come to a squat, and you'll see exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so you could spend an entire workshop on side crow. We're gonna spend about 30 to 40 seconds chatting about it. So keep that in mind. There's really 2 foundational ways to do side crow, and that is a 2-armed and a 1-armed, okay? Neither is better or worse. It's ultimately what works better in your body, what feels better in your body. I tend to like the 1-armed, even though I can do both, because I can find more balance across my shoulders when I do it with 1 arm. But some people can't access the deep twist, so they like to do the 2. So it's good to know both. So from the squatted position, and you can kind of do this with me because this is really more of an inquiry than anything. My knees are pointed to the right, so my hands are twisted to the left. And I'm gonna reach my right arm up and I'm gonna get as long as I can through the right side of my waist and then hook my right elbow, just like we did in the lunge earlier. Now plant your right palm and plant your left palm, and your hands should be in line with each other. They should be right across from each other. Now, for the 1-armed version, only the left leg is going to be on the right arm. The left arm is going to stay free.
If you want the double-armed version, you're gonna bend your elbows like chaturanga. Again, you have to go forward and down, and you're gonna put the whole length of the outer left thigh on the back of the arms. And then you keep looking forward, chaturanga the elbows, and start to sweep the feet up. So that's the two-armed version. If you were doing the one-armed version, from that hooking of the right elbow, you still look forward and go down. Forward and down stays the same. You chaturanga, but the legs actually swing out to the right a little bit. And you get the obliques more involved as you lift the legs. So the shape of the crow changes a little bit in the one versus the two-armed. Nice little kick version. Lovely. Okay, let's take the second side. So let's come into our downward facing dog for a moment. Give yourself a moment if you need to kind of wiggle out. And then we're gonna jump through and do that Marichyasana on the second side. So jump through to seated, no boats here, but you're gonna have left leg straight, right knee bent. Want to make sure we're balanced and get that Marichyasana. Left hand behind us. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Forward, internally rotate, and see if you can find your bind. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold in. And then I start to lift the head, come up, pop up onto the ball of the right foot, lean back, lift the right toes, and then activate the core to just lift that left leg. 3, 2, good. You're gonna take a vinyasa here. So cross the ankles. This gives you access to like, okay, here's my chaturanga, because I know I'm about to need that. Here it is. From the down dog, hop to the center of your mat. This time the knees are gonna point to the left. And then give yourself an inhale, get really long through the left side body and hook as deeply outside that right thigh as you can. Left palm down, right palm down. They need to be in line with each other. And then decide for the two-armed, you're gonna use the entire shelf of that, both arms, right thigh on the back of both arms. And inner feet kind of super glued together. That's it, yes. For the one-armed version, you swing the legs around to the left a little bit more and bring the obliques in. Yeah. Playing for 2 more breaths. And then coming down, we're going to give ourselves 2 quick camel poses just to reestablish some balance here. So coming up on the knees, circle sweep the arms out and up. This is really more about just getting the body back in balance. Don't make it your deepest back bend ever. Hands on low back, thighs, or heels. Couple breaths. Knowing we fit a lot into a really short period of time. And then lifting up through the heart, coming onto the spine, just a really quick, gentle twist. Taking the arms wide, let the knees come into the chest and fall over to the left, couple breaths. And then swinging up and over to the right, couple breaths. And then finding about 90 seconds or so of Shavasana as we extend the legs and the arms. And after a really vigorous practice like that, where we built a lot of heat and energy in the body really quickly, there was a pretty high spike there.
You might try a more dedicated breath practice here. So maybe just thinking of inhaling for your own count of 4 and exhaling for your own count of 6. And the pacing of that counting is completely up to you. Inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 6. And knowing that the mind may wander from the counting, and that's fine, but just use the next breath to begin again, inhaling 4 and exhaling 6. Give yourself about 2 more rounds of that 4-6 breath at your own pace. And if you have time for a longer shavasana and you need that at this time, you're welcome to take it. If this is the time that you set aside for your practice, begin to welcome movement back into the body. And then in your own way and time, come back up to a seat for an intentional but brief closing. Either hands to the body or palms together. Honoring all of the teachers that inform how I show up here with you, and also really expressing deep gratitude for the body's efforts, its ability to try something new or to challenge itself. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. And may that light of truth overcome all darkness. Victory to that light. Jai Shri Sakuru Maharaj Ki.